That most of the time you are distracted as drivers, you can't sometimes pay attention to details because being on the road alone is taxing and demanding. I'm trying to make myself something to smack on this morning. It's Monday morning, and for some reasons I couldn't go out as usual. I couldn't go out at before 9 o'clock in the morning, so I'm here. And I want to talk about this quick story that happened to me yesterday. Yesterday was Sunday, and knocking about town with both Indriver and Uber, I noticed a quick play. Indriver wanted to play on my intelligence. They not to say I know they lose guard, because most of these apps, they think drivers are stupid. They feel drivers are foolish. Like you guys, we can't take anything. Like the guys can't take, the driver can't take, they can't stand up for themselves. Whatever we throw at them, they take. They treat us like we have no choice. So, and they know that most of the time you are distracted as drivers, you can't sometimes pay attention to details because being on the road alone is taxing and demanding. So yesterday, first and Saturday, I made payment to the Indriver platform. I paid about, I think, 2,000 naira total for that day. I was hoping that if I can get 20k on the app, the platform, fine, because they charge 10% commission. So if you give them 2,000, you're expected to make 20,000 off that 2,000 naira. So a trip came in. I didn't want to go to that for that trip. When I calculated it and they said it's not worth it, so I cancelled. And one crazy thing about Indriver is if you cancel a trip, they're going to charge you commission for that trip you cancelled. So I said I want to monitor this thing, because when you cancel a trip, they will charge you, and then they'll not write on their statements that refund, that you're going to refund you so amount of money within 5 working days. So I placed my eye on it. I was like, I was going to monitor this thing. That was on Saturday. So on Sunday, I got a trip going from somewhere around Excellence Hotel in Ogba, going to Lekki Garden Phase 2. Because I was staying in that spot for so long. So I was a bit desperate to leave that place and get a trip. So when I saw the trip, 5,000, I just saw that the line is going towards the island. I said, okay, if I can get to the island, I'll be able to get trips and then walk and close on time. So I picked it without doing my usual full calculation. So when I picked the trip, I now noticed that this person was going to Lekki Garden Phase 2, which is after Abamadesonya, almost approaching Songo Tedo, away from Ojodu. All the way from Ojodu. That is sick. Like, that is a trip that is on a normal day is worth at least 7,000 to 8,000 naira. So I said, no, I can't go on this trip. So I called the person that, madam, I just looked at your drop off and I'm not comfortable going there with this price. So the person just ended the call and then she cancelled the trip. And trust the driver now, one stupid thing they do is that you cancel, rider cancels, they will charge you the commission and then add it to your refund that will be refunded to you in like 6 to 7 or 5 working days. So I said, okay, the last time I checked my refund, it was 1,200 naira that was there to be refunded. So now this person cancelled, because immediately the person cancelled, they asked me to make payment that my balance has dropped. Meanwhile, that wasn't the case just before I picked that trip. So I knew definitely they had deducted money from my account. So I quickly went back to the app and I checked my statement, and I noticed that 1,002 that was left to be refunded yesterday was still the same 1,002. Normally, the 510 naira they charged, or 520 naira they charged, are supposed to have added to that 1,002 to make it 1,720 naira. So when I checked the refund balance, I noticed that nothing was added. It was still the same 1,200, and meanwhile they're expecting me to make payment. I refreshed the app, hoping that maybe it's just network, it's going to be reversed. I said I'm not going to make that payment. I'm not going to make another payment to this app unless I see that they have refunded that money or is in the refund. So I waited. I said I'm going to wait. Let me see if they're going to refund my money. I waited. Nothing was refunded. I waited. Nothing was refunded. I'm like, these guys are joking with me. They are really, really joking with me. So that was how I made contact to their support. And then they sent me this message. They were like, that Next time I should get to the drop off or pick up. I should get to the pick up and then click on arrive now and wait for like 5 minutes before I cancel. I wasn't one that cancelled, and I think that policy is very stupid. Like, why will you charge me for a trip that your rider cancels? It doesn't make sense. Maybe they are trying to crop people doing offline. Maybe when they get to the place they'll say cancel, so they know if they cancel and they still take their commission for you to wait, you to discourage you from doing that. But I don't know, they need to find a better way to crop that, not taking commission from a trip that was never fulfilled. So if I had not taken notes of my balance, or I didn't know exactly what I had in the refund, I was it's very easy for you to be distracted as a driver. It's very easy for you to be distracted and not pay attention to details, and a lot of drivers would have been missing out on some of their rights and benefits, and what is rightful theirs. So what I'm just trying to say is that, guys, pay attention to some of these details. Pay attention to some of these. Their excuses, maybe network glitch. That's always their excuse. But if I had not raised that alarm, believe me, my money would have gone. Yes, it's small money. 520 naira, small money, but by the time you add it up in 3 places, in 5 places, before you know, it's money. And it's not easy. It's not easy for us to wake up in the morning, go out, stay out there in the sun, drive random strangers around, and then we'll still be ripped off with some of this little change that we consider as our little profit. So guys, be wise out there. Stay vigilant. Don't be carried away. It's not easy for you to drive and track these things, but try sometimes. Take note of your balance. Take note of the commission that you've paid. Take notes. If you see any irregularities, report it immediately. Raise alarm. They have social media handles. Use screenshot evidence. Share to them that, see what is happening. This is not adding up, so that your money will be refunded. It's not easy already, man. It's not easy. Buying fuel, the cost of fuel, the stress on your body, the stress on the vehicle, and then somebody want to take off some few change, some few bucks off you, man, it's not going to happen. So guys, always watch out, man. Take notes. Be very vigilant. Don't say it's small money. It's by the way. Small little drops of water makes an ocean. So guys, be vigilant out there. Until next time, peace and stay safe.